with a dream, and your dream is to become a champion. The journey to fulfillment starts young, waking up each morning to begin a daily ritual of dedication will knowingly play a significant role in your life, and someday will be rewarded. On the ice, it begins with simple strokes, gracefully evolving to spins, continuing with jumps that lay the foundation of your desire to be the best. And as loving eyes look on, you cherish the moment of winning your first competition. But this journey is just beginning. The dream continues. As a young woman, life changes around you, but your dream remains. With each diligent hour of dedication and sacrifice, your determination grows and your fortitude fuels your aspiration. The simple jumping exercises learned so long ago evolve into a unique elegance. And as you prepare for the nation's most prestigious championship, a journey which began so young, filled with pride and joy, surrounded by love and support, culminates in an opportunity you have long awaited to become champion. It is the city of dreams this week for all of those young athletes who have long thought about making it to the national stage. Dallas, Texas welcomes America's finest figure skaters for a chance to add their names to this country's skating legacy. And inside the American Airlines Center, the men and the ladies begin their run for the national title tonight here at the 2003 State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships. And what a group for the ladies, perhaps the top three in the world, highlighted by the Olympic champion, Sarah Hughes. Also here in Dallas, Michelle Kwan going after her 7th U.S. championship, and the one who's had the best season of them all. She has the momentum, Sasha Cohen, looking for her first U.S. title. And hi, everybody. Terry Gannon. We are thrilled to have you with us here on day 2 of the National Championships here in Dallas. The men and the ladies on the ice for their short programs tonight. It only sets the table for the action tomorrow. Back with you tomorrow afternoon on ABC Sports as they skate for the gold medals. In the afternoon, we've got the free dance along with our live coverage of the men's free skate. Then, tomorrow night in prime time, 8 o'clock Eastern on ABC Sports, it's the Pairs Championship, along with that trio we just talked about, skating for gold, our live coverage of the ladies here in Dallas in prime time. Right now, though, it's all about the men and their short program, and we turn to the 2-time Olympic champion, Mr. Dick Button, for a look at what's in store tonight. Todd Eldridge isn't here. He's the reigning champion, but he's not here to defend his title. But we do have 2 skaters who know all about standing on the top step of the podium at the national championships, and those 2 skaters are Timothy Goebel and Michael Weiss.
But you know what we really have to consider when we look at the men's competition is that the men's event is really one great big balancing act. I mean, Timothy Goebel leapt into the spotlight with a whole plate full of quadruples, but no artistry. Now, gradually, he's achieved better positions, a straighter back in his sit spins, an awareness of music, and understanding that as other skaters learned quads, the title was going to go to the guy who mesmerizes us with his theatrical flair, who doesn't let us lose our attention. Now, that's something Todd Eldridge had to learn and did. How to bring an audience to its feet even without a quadruple. Over the fall, for example, Goebel suffered from a hip injury and a shorter training period. But remember one thing, he's got a new short program to Prokofiev's Romeo and Juliet that should be interesting to see. But remember also, there's a whole host of first-rate challengers here, including Michael Weiss and Matt Savoie, that he's got to hold off if he's going to regain his title.
And if you're going to win a gold medal, you got to get off to a great start here in the short program. And it's all about the 8 required elements and about not making mistakes on the required elements. There are, of course, deductions for any mistakes. One of those is a 3/10 to 4/10 deduction if you do fall on a jump.
Timothy Goebel.
So here we go. The men's championship getting underway here in Dallas. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds in length and worth 1/3 of the overall score. And we start with one of the favorites, the 2001 national champion, Timothy Goebel. his national title last year to Todd Eldridge, but then went on to capture the bronze medal at the Olympics.
The music, Romeo and Juliet. The opening element, a quadruple salchow, triple toe, the 2-jump combination right here. I ended up doing a quadruple double toe.
No points taken off for that.
Not at all. Not at all. This a triple axel. Watch the takeoff edge to see how he controls that. And he popped out of it at the end. That'll be lesser deduction. Still a complete jump. But a deduction for the turning 3 coming out of it. Sit, change, sit. Must be a minimum of 6 revolutions on each foot.
Does he look back to 100% to you after the hip injury?
Well, I think he's skating very, in a sense, conservatively and very under control. I don't see much, you know, of great freedom in it or a great flair in the program yet. It's solid and it's straightforward, and maybe that's all he can, you know, can hope for at this point. Remember one thing: the National Championships is the hardest event in any skater's year of competition. It's tougher to win a Nationals than it is a World Championship.
I want to ask you more about that later. And why it is tougher.
Combination spin. But, you know, I think he should be very proud of that performance. It was a good one coming off that injury. He, you know, had a couple of lesser mistakes, but basically, essentially, the elements were, you know, were there, even though there were major errors in them.
You could tell he didn't entirely let go and let it happen, but he certainly did pretty much what he had to do.
Yeah, and there'll be some deductions for those errors.
Timothy Goebel.
Now, look at this quadruple salchow. The way he steps into it from first a forward outside edge, turn, back inside edge, and pulls it up straight into the air. Really a very nice jump, except he leans a little bit at the land. And that means he can't do a triple there, but does do a double toe loop, and that's satisfactory. Now, look at this Chevy slow motion of Timothy Goebel's triple axel. He steps up all right into it, gets everything fine until right there on the landing. He's out of control, does not check it, and that keeps him from being able to flow out with a good edge. And then finally, this triple flip jump right there. It always amazes me how they can do that from a back inside edge, but the rule book says that's the way it is. I don't happen to think it's right. That's the way it is. What do I know?
He certainly didn't put himself in a bind in his short program, and that's what he wanted to avoid doing. 2 sets of marks now. The first 4 required elements, 5.4 up to 5.7.
Well, and those are very acceptable marks when you consider that there was a 3/10 of a deduction. The 5.7 means it would have been a 6. I think that's probably a little high to figure out.
The second set, the presentation, the artistry, what he's really worked on over the past few years, 5.6 to 5.8.
And it's more commendable than it has been in the past.
So Timothy Goebel getting the men's championship underway here in Dallas.
Here's your
When we return, it's one of the youngsters, only 18 years of age. The 2001 Junior World Champ, Johnny Weir, is next. So far, it's Timothy Goebel leading the way for the men, but still to come here in the short program, Michael Weiss, also Matt Savoie, setting the table for the free skate when they skate for the gold medal tomorrow afternoon on ABC Sports. But on the ice right now, 18-year-old Johnny Weir, the 2001 Junior World Champion. Johnny Weir is originally from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. He lives and trains in Newark, Delaware.
He's a very supple skater. Good flow, steady flow over the ice. This triple Lutz combination right here, very nice into a triple toe. One of the few who's completed the two-jump combination, even though it's a triple Lutz and not a triple axel. This single triple axel right there, very nice. Good spin combination, too. Attention to the positions of it.
He's had some injury and illness problems this year. Had a stress fracture in his right shin from last season, which had not completely healed. Was supposed to skate at the Cup of Russia and NHK Trophy, the Grand Prix Series, but came down with the flu and had to withdraw from those international competitions.
Well, he's skating very well here. You know, there's a lot of strain on the body from these triple and quadruple jump attempts. This is a good position, back position.
Dick, earlier you said it was tougher to skate at the Nationals than, say, the World Championships. Why?
That's because you're competing against your friends and everybody knows everybody, and with one set of judges from one country, and you don't have a position that it's easier to get when you have your entire country behind you when you get to the World Championship. Combination spin. And that's a good position. Remember the shades of Lucinda Rue who pulled that off the first time. Oh, very, very nice. Oh, good for him. I mean, that was as good a program as I've seen him skate. Steady jumps, steady spins, well thought out, good positions. Works with Priscilla Hill, who's, I think, been a very good force in his life and very, steady head.
He's only 18 years old, 6th in 2001, 5th last year. Could he perhaps stem the podium here in Dallas? Johnny Weir.
Look at the smile. Now, look at this combination right here. That triple Lutz, a good back outside edge. Tight legs, very good turns in the air, and stepping up right into a triple toe loop. Now, that's a hard combination, one of the few triple combinations we've seen in this. Not a triple axel, triple toe, but first rate. And look at these turning moves here into his final combination spin. Now watch him settle into a sit spin. You can only have one change of foot, but you have to have multiple changes of position. And that position really is a striking one. Don't do it if you've had too much to drink. Really tough and very nice. He's to be commended.
The question is, have you ever done that after having too much to drink?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Brett.
I've never done that spin. That's a very difficult spin.
Now, Goebel had 5'4" to 5'7" on required elements. Look at these, 5'3" to 5'7". Of course, Goebel had a quad, too.
Well, that's a very interesting mark. If you'll notice, particularly, judge number 5 has put that skater into first place, which I think is an interesting commentary.
You're right, based on those presentation marks there, and they're very high for Johnny Weir, who is in second place right behind Goebel. More of the men's short program still to come, but right now, Peter Carruthers is with Timothy Goebel.
Thank you, Terry. Timothy, your thoughts on the new short program?
I think overall it went well. A little mistake on the axle turnout.
which is disappointing for me because the program's been going really well in the practice sessions. But overall, I think it's a great program for me. I think really taking my skating to a new level with this piece. And I think for skating so early in the event, having a mistake, the marks really reflected that.
Well, good luck in the free program.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
Okay, Terry, back to you.
When we come back, it's the 98 junior national champion, 21-year-old Scott Smith, who will skate here at the State Farm U.S. Championships. Remember Timothy Goebel skating, Dick, and making a bit of a mistake at the end of his triple axel. We wondered how the judges gave him such high marks, but take another look at this.
Well, if you watch very carefully here, you'll see that he does not put his free leg down on the turnout of this right there. Those 3 turns. The free foot does not touch the ice. That means there is no deduction of 0.3 of a point. I had said earlier that I did not understand how a judge could give a 5.7 with a 0.3 of a point deduction would have meant that without that deduction, they would have given him a perfect mark for technique. Not to be. I was wrong. It's nice to see the real thing.
You were wrong. You blew my whole image of you, Mr. Button. That can't happen. Not at the national championships.
No.
It does.
Sometimes it shows how hard it is to sometimes see the very quick and fast moves that go, and depending on the angle that you're sitting at, you sometimes miss them.
And the judges do as well. On the ice right now, the 21-year-old from Sandy Springs, Maryland, Scott Smith, the 98 junior national gold medalist.
Element, this triple axel. Good one. Now that was first rate. Clean and easy. This combination, a quadruple salchow, triple toe. The back inside edge right there. Well landed. Did not do a triple toe, did a double toe, but a first-rate quadruple salchow right going into it.
And he's doing this in front of much of his
Now look at this sit. I'm sorry, Terry. Look at that sit spin. He gets a good thing, but he doesn't get down far enough there. Gets a good stretch on the edge, and I'm sorry I interrupted you.
You're right. You were wrong before. I was about to say, though, he's doing this in front of much of his extended family. They live in Austin. His dad was nationally ranked tennis player at Trinity University in Texas. Got a lot of fans and friends in the stands.
Triple loop. These sit spins just don't get down far enough. That's really not a sitting position, and it should be further if he wants, I think, full credit for that. Line footwork, must turn in both directions, could be interesting and musical, and this is okay, not as good I think as he could achieve. Final move, a combination spin, first a camel, sit spin, that's a nice position. That could be down lower. You know, well done, well done. I mean, he really had a very nice quality. Good jumps, good spins, nice musical kind of skating, and he maintained the interest through the program, which in practice sessions he'd let drizzle off. So that's nice to see that the competitive spirit gets to him.
You love when somebody is their own best audience, too. He was thrilled with his effort at the end of that program. And is right now. Scott Smith.
Now, look at this triple axel. Watch the straight edge. The body is good in the air. The lean is right. The feet are close and tight. And he checks the landing and has a nice run-out edge. That's a good one. Now this Chevy Stromotion shows the quadruple salchow that Scott Smith did. And look at the straight legs, the tight turning revolution at the top of that jump, and the position at the landing. Very nice. 4 revolutions. That's a tough amount to get in one jump. And finally, this sit spin he gets into right there. Now that is not a bad sitting position. That's a good one. Earlier here, though, on this part of it, it wasn't really down far enough. I would have suggested that he get a little further.
He really made a move last year. In 2001, he was 18th at Nationals. Last year, 9th, and he should be much better than that this season. Required element marks 5.2 to 5.6.
Well, those are very high element marks. My goodness, that's a good set of marks for him. That's really, really first rate.
He can't stop laughing and smiling.
And
second set, Dick.
oh, very good. You know, 5 3s, 5 6s. I mean, those are commendable marks. I think he should be very, very proud of that performance.
Scott Smith into 3rd place, right behind Timothy Goebel and Johnny Weir. The men's short program continues in a moment, but don't forget the ladies in a bit. Sarah Hughes, the Olympic champion, walking in with her coach, Robin Wagner. Michelle Kwan has also arrived here at the American Airlines Center, going after her 7th national championship, and maybe the favorite, Sasha Cohen. She's had a great season already. She'll try to win her first national title. Timothy Goebel, Johnny Weir, and Scott Smith, your top 3 for the men here in the short program, as Parker Pennington takes the ice. The 18-year-old from Windsor, Connecticut. He won a novice title in '98. In 2001, he won the junior U.S. title, one of 9 junior gold medalists in this event. Runs in the family. His brother Colin won the novice title here in Dallas earlier this week.
Wow, that was a save of that triple axel. That was really a first-rate save. This combination, triple Lutz, triple toe. Both cases a rather wide swinging free leg, but he made it. Good spin, good position. Nice position on this camel, change camel. Good back position. Got a lot of energy. And attacking the program very well. Good fast backspin. Back scratch. Well, you know, that was really a very first-rate attempt by him. I think he did very well with that entire program. You know, I mean, it was well done. It was complete. He didn't make any major mistakes. And it had a lot of energy and a lot of good force in it.
18-year-old Parker Pennington, originally from Connecticut. Right now, let's go down and join Peter Carruthers, who has an update on Matt Savoie, who is still to skate. Peter?
Yes, Terry, I just talked to Matt Savoie's coach, and she says that he has some tendonitis in his left knee. He's only been able to skate once in practice over the last 5 days, so they definitely have some concern there. However, they do say they feel confident because this is the short program that he had last year, so we'll have to watch for that. Back to you.
All right, Peter, thank you. So Matt Savoie, who had a bad back earlier this season, now with the tendonitis in his knee, we'll see how well he can skate here in the short program in just a moment. Required element marks, 4.7 to 5.4 for Pennington.
And there he is with his coach, Carol Heiss-Jenkins, who won the Olympics exactly 43 years ago and looks as wonderful today as she did then.
1960 was the year. That's
Absolutely.
right. Presentation, Dick, 4.8 to 5.4.
And those are acceptable marks. I mean, the performance was a solid one, and he didn't make major mistakes. And that is, I think, one of the keys to successful competitive skating.
Parker Pennington into 4th place. More of the men's short program here in Dallas in a moment. Meanwhile, the men's short program here at the State Farm U.S. Championships continues, and on the ice right now, 24-year-old Ryan Jahnke from Grosse Pointe Farms, Michigan.
This is a skater who moves as well as almost anybody in the business. But what he needs is triple jumps. Solidity in his triple jumps. Triple lutz there, triple toe loop, and that was a perfect combination. Now the question comes up on his triple axel. He's been having great trouble with it. If he gets it, he'll be well on his way in this competition. Here it is. Forward edge. And that's the problem that he's been facing. Musical, great flow, elegance, but he needs that triple. One of the requirements is that there must be footwork like this here into this triple jump. In this case, a triple flip. You know, magnificent. First-rate position. Footwork. Nice position. Good change and variation. Change of foot. Again, good positions. Well, talk about a wonderful skater. Great style, musical. He really presents himself phenomenally. Just give him that triple and watch out.
Ryan Jahnke, he was a top 5 finisher back in 2000, but either 8th or 9th the other 4 years that he has competed at the Senior National Championships. Come back to check his marks in a moment. And then it's Matt Savoie, who won the bronze medal in 2001 at the U.S. Championships. We'll see how his tendonitis in his knee holds up here. Back at the State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships, the marks for Ryan Jahnke now for required elements. There they are, up to 5.3.
Remember, there's a 0.4 of a point deduction for the fall on his triple axel.
And now presentation, Dick, 5.0 to 5.5.
And they're very good. I mean, I think he deserves better than a 5.0, but I have happen to like his skating.
So Jahnke into 4th place so far here in the short. So we near the end of the men's short program, but 2 of the top names still to come. Right now, the leader, Timothy Goebel, over Johnny Weir and Scott Smith. And on the ice, Matt Savoie, the 2001 U.S. bronze medalist. It's Savoie and then Michael Weiss, the 2-time champion.
Wonderfully straight line, beautiful flow in and flow out. Perfect arc of the entrance and exit edges. That's great to see.
Keep a close eye on him, though. Remember the tendinitis in his left knee.
Triple flip. Double toe. That's where the D bothers him. Right there. That's where the tendinitis hurts. On that move, that second move, the toe loop was only a double. You have to do a triple. It just means he won't get as quite high a point for that move. Jump. The reason that didn't hurt him with the tendinitis is because he was picking with his right foot, and it hurts him when he picks with the left foot in a triple toe loop. Spin. Good position. Cannonball. Well, you know, that was a fine program for him. The problem with him was that he didn't have a quadruple jump in it, which will always hurt him in the top level of championships. But it was a fine overall program, good positions, good musical interpretation, and good to see.
And he fought through it. This is the first time he's been on this ice. He only practiced twice this week, and that was at the practice rink. Matt Savoie.
Now look at this triple axel and watch the clean edge right there. The good arm movement, lifting up, the tight turning legs, the straight line, and the good landing. Wonderful position, checked just first rate. And here on this combination, again, the triple flip is okay. You notice he's picking with the right foot. Now watch him land on the right and turn around and reach with the left foot, and that's where he's hurting. And that caused, I think, may have caused him to do a double toe instead of a triple. There it is again, the triple flip. Okay, and this one just gets up in the air and starts opening up. Does do a double toe, and there will be no deduction for that. So I think his marks should be pretty good.
5.2.
Give him an A for effort and courage with the injury, but wasn't enough here. Let's see. Required element marks 5.2 to 5.5.
Those are acceptable marks considering the fact that he didn't have the most difficult jump or jump combination, but they're solid marks in there. And these marks are very nice for the performance marks. I mean, that's nice to see. Good level, 5.5s, 5.6s.
5.5.
Well, okay. Not enough, though, when you count in Michael Weiss, perhaps, to stay in the top three. He's in third place overall, but he's behind Johnny Weir right now. Don't forget, just moments away from the ladies taking the ice. Backstage, Michelle Kwan getting ready. Also, Sarah Hughes, the Olympic champion. She hasn't competed in a major event, as we said, since the Olympics. Got to be a little nervous. And Sasha Cohen, she may be the favorite. But up next, it's Michael Weiss closing out the men's short program, the two-time national champ, who's competed all over the world, but it's here at home at the national championships where he feels the most pressure.
Well, I think it's a lot more intense than some of the other events because everybody in the United States and in the arena knows a lot more about the skaters than if you're on a world stage, because there's usually 2 or 3 of us that everybody knows everything about, you know, our history, our competitive history, our coaching history, our skating history, all that. And it becomes that much more intense because everybody knows you a little bit closer than they do at, say, a world championships where there's people from all over the world and internationally. But it's a very intense competition because it's a coveted title. The U.S. Championship is something that everybody wants to have every year, and it's something that I certainly want to get back again.
Time national champion of the U.S. Yeah, hi, Brian. Brian Boitano. Also an Olympic gold medalist, of course.
From the
Watching the action here
Club in
at the American Airlines Center. The final skater here in the men's short program. And it's another national champion taking the ice. Timothy Goebel leads right now, but here is Michael Weiss, the 2-time U.S. champ, the 2-time world bronze medalist. And maybe it's overused, the word, but he is rejuvenated with that win at Trophy La Ligue in Paris in the Grand Prix. He came from 5th to 1st after the short program to win, and it really gave him a lot of energy.
Again, he tries this combination of a quadruple toe loop, triple toe loop. Here it is. And a triple toe loop. Now, I think that was clean from what I could see. I didn't see a touchdown. There might have been a touchdown on the quadruple toe, but I couldn't quite see it, but it looked awfully good from beginning to end. Now you see, it's that old entrance into that triple axel, that forward edge. That is the danger point in free skating. It's really a tough, dangerous edge. What a mistake after, I think, the quality of the first combination.
Remember, you'd love to be in the lead going to the free skate, but the point is to be in the top 3, because then you, as they say, control your own destiny. If you win the free skate, you win the gold.
Triple Lutz. Straight line footwork. Again, he's going up on those heels. That's a specially constructed skate that allows him to do that. The straight line step, though, that I don't think really helped him very much. Kind of funky along the way. It kind of stops and a little jerky. It isn't good enough for him. Well, I don't know what to say. Michael can really come across with some wonderful performances, and he always has a great deal of problem with getting some of those quadruple and triple jumps in place. Here, at least it appeared to me that he had the quadruple in good shape, and then missed on the triple. And I'm not sure about the quadruple, but
it was close. We'll take another look, I'm sure, in the replay in a moment. But Michael Weiss, his effort here in the short program. The 26-year-old father of 2.
Now take a look at this quadruple toe loop right there, the toe pick. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. Now watch the feet. The toe pick does go down. It was very hard to see, but it did happen. And then he did a triple toe, which was just good, perfectly good. So it's a tough scene right there. Watch that. He gets all the revolution out, but you can just see him tap that toe, something that was very difficult to see the first time around. There it is. And in this triple axel, watch what happens here. The forward outside edge goes up, but he just never really steps up into it, opens up in the middle of it, is leaning out of the edge in one of those kind of very messy landings.
Now with his coach, Don Laws, his new coach this season. He used to skate with Audrey Whittaker for many years, and that's his wife and choreographer, Lisa, on the right side of your screen. First set now, 5-0 to 5-4.
Well, I mean, there were deductions for that. You know, just really not a good enough performance technically, but the presentation marks are really very high and very strong.
They are high, 5-6 up to 5-8, but the judges' placement said Michael Weiss in 4th place behind Matt Savoie. And that's important because now Weiss needs someone else to beat Goebel in the free skate, and he needs to win the free skate to win the gold medal. Your standings, Timothy Goebel at the top, and the surprise right behind him, Johnny Weir in 2nd, ahead of 2 of the better-known names, Matt Savoie and Michael Weiss. Can Timothy Goebel win for the 2nd time at the U.S. National Championships? We'll find out. Our live coverage of the men's free skate tomorrow afternoon at 4 Eastern, along with the free dance. When we come